Hey guys, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Working in my off-grid electronics shed and battery shed. Got my batteries hooked up. Got my solar charge controllers hooked up. I got my power inverter hooked up. Got the Q3 generator in here. And I am doing some battery work and charging and stuff. That's all separate videos. You may have already seen or will see, but really having a good day of it today. Really feeling good getting this all together and all going on here. Now I've got to find some wires, something, and try to get my solar panels connected so I can start pulling in some charge. I'm showing 12.6 volts on the solar charge controller right now. So we got to start pushing some amps in here pretty soon. Top these batteries back off. They've been disconnected for a week and a half, 2 weeks now. So not good. Trying to get them hooked up. Then we'll have battery bank 1 and battery bank 2 when I'm done in here. 2 battery banks connected in the solar power shed. And then I'll be playing with the Q3 generator. But experimenting by running it on one bank and charging another big battery banks and see what happens here. It's going to be some fun. Hey guys, had to go to town and get some wire. I'm hooking up solar panels today. I need to go and get some 2x4s to properly frame these in, but for now I want to get power in the shed and start doing some work. So I've got them propped up with 2x4s. Scraps, but for now they are going to get me some energy, and I bought some wire today, 10 gauge wire, which wasn't bad. It was 50 cents a foot, and I ran it up inside the shed. There happens to be a convenient tiny little gap there, which I'll probably want to seal off in the future. Well, maybe not. It's good air breathing, because that goes up in and feeds right up conveniently through and out through the ceiling here. Now once I insulate, of course, that won't be available anymore, so I will want to do my wiring before insulating. So now I'm happy that I'm doing it this way. A lot of people said, why don't you do everything do your insulating and paneling beforehand, but I'm happy I didn't. Anyway, I want to do that, and that's all going to be separate videos. Everything I've done in here today is all separate videos, except for I haven't done anything on the Quanta. Let me just tell you what I've got going on here. I've got the Q3 generator connected to my bus bars of my main battery bank. That's the battery bank down there on the floor. And the Quanta Q3 generator outputs are then connected together. The two outputs that I have done so far are joined together to the batteries. So that's basically the batteries right there. These bus bars, the silver bars. And then I'm using a little 12 volt battery, which is sitting at just about 12 point something or other volts. Now it was 12.3. I don't think it's moved much at all today. If anything, it's gone up maybe a little, because I have some wires going from that outdoors to 2 little tiny solar panels. There's a 5 watt and a 1.5 watt. So there's 6.5 watts going in, but roughly just maybe a half an amp, and I'm fluctuating at just under half an amp of power used. So I'm probably going to see a net gain on battery voltage on this little guy that's being used to run the generator, which is then being hooked up to the output batteries, the large battery bank. Right now I'm not seeing anything happening, but I have to get gauges and scopes and meters on here in order to do anything properly, to fine tune that. I'm just happy to still have it running after being in my truck for about 2 weeks cross country. That everything still works is amazing and a relief to me. Anyway, I gotta get on to other work, so I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everybody. Well, one solar panel isn't working, so I have to work on that. I think the connector's bad. But I've got power coming in to my office here, my off-grid office. So I do have now a powered off-grid office. And power is running. I have my power inverter going. I've charged up capacitors today. We've got the Quanta Q3 generator going. And very soon I'll have lights in here as well. Actually, I could do that right now by plugging into the USB port on the power inverter. And then I could immediately have lights in here. But I'm also going to plug in some cigarette lighter adapters directly to the battery bank and get some 12 volt power, USB and 12 volt accessory power in here as well. And slowly setting up my workshop. Slowly I'm getting it. I've also got myself a Michigan hunting and trapping guide. I'm studying the hunting laws for Michigan for deer, because there's a lot of them out here. Alright guys, see what comes next. But feeling pretty good here and happy in the off-grid shed and the new off-grid homestead. I almost forgot to tell y'all, we had friends over on the weekend from church, and they helped us out. We got both houses cleaned up really well. Got storm windows installed in the trailer, which we need because we're still heating. Used 15% out of the 300-gallon tank already of propane just in a week, heating the trailer alone. We literally had wind blowing through the windows before. So we put in storm windows and sealed off any windows that were damaged, and then I duct taped on the outside. Maybe I'll take you out and show you later. But now we don't have wind blowing through anymore, which is a huge, huge difference. So we should start saving on propane for heating. We built a double compost bin, which we're already using. And nothing special, just 5 pallets that I got for free in town. Yes, I am already getting free pallets in town. There's a lot of pallets out there all the time, and that is really good. So I am putting them to use. I took pallets with more boards with less gaps for the sides of the compost bin, and then we're using decomposed tree rot to cover the stuff. So just vegetable scraps. That's going to be fertilizer for the garden. And it was really simple, just some pallets screwed together and some scrap boards, funny enough, brought all the way from New York. The scrap pallet pieces were used. I used them in the truck to shore up the front wheels of the quad so it wouldn't jam up against the back window of my pickup and break it. So got to put them to good use too, all the way from New York. So we got a nice compost bin, and let me go around and show you what we did with the windows, the ones that were not functioning. This window, for example, was very, very bad, and you could see outdoors. And so we caulked it inside thoroughly. We cleaned the gaskets and the seals of the windows, and then we caulked the bad boys like that. And then I duct taped them on the outside for good measure. And then these will be the ones we replace first when we start buying new windows for our new off-grid house.